So I'm just on YouTube here because, well, advised not to hall monitor Facebook or whatever. So I don't know what's going on here. Nothing much. I take everything in stride, like all my plans and stuff. Taking care of my dogs and myself in the van. Take it every 60 days about. Take things in 60 days. The first year was alright. And got a lot of stuff done. But now, I really have to take it 60 days at a time, to stay focused on getting the important things done. And stuff like that, you gotta take it 60 days at a time, because then you can get over your head and, do all stuff that you want to do, but not the important things, So I'm going to do that. Take care of our dogs. For example, we got to wash the clothes, at least twice a month. I mean, you can't just sit up here and be once a month and let it pile up. Not with our lifestyle. So that's the thing we got to keep in mind and stuff like that. If you're ever making a budget or anything like that, if you're making a budget or anything, you really got to be realistic on what you spend on. You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to spend on this, and I'm just going to forego it, for a little while. It's not true, because you're actually going to buy it. You're going to buy it, say a daily cup of coffee or something like that. You're going to get it. You're not going to sit up there and, be like, coffee's like $3 now, right? At least. You're not going to sit up here and say you're going to spend $30 and find $1 cup of coffee somewhere every day. It's not going to happen, you know what I mean? So you guys always say you spend about at least $100 or something like that. And those things you gotta spend. You gotta spend on food, you gotta spend on gas, you gotta spend on whatever things you have, whatever, where you keep your belongings or whatever. And subscriptions and stuff, you feel like you can't get out of it now, so you have to keep paying them. And that's okay. It's still, the premise is still what I didn't have growing up, whatever, maybe people be able to indulge in at least a little bit, in a satisfactory kind of hostel life, Growing up, when you're in your high school and stuff like that, it's very hostile, you know what I mean? It's very hostile, As adults, I don't think no adults would want to say, I want to go back to high school. So, it's hostile because it's peer pressure on top of, puberty, I guess you can say, puberty or whatever those things, and all that stuff, maturity going on, all up until you're 18, right? And all the peer pressures and stuff like that, and what I was saying yesterday was the whole thing was, about we're creating mini camps, the government creating mini camps or camps, where when people are on vacation and stuff like that, you can socioeconomically mix the what you call it, classes and stuff like that, to smooth it out when you're on vacation, and then when you're going back to school or whatever, or parents going back to work, or kids going back to school, smooth it out to where it's not so there's not a shock value in it, which is no good, right? It can be negative value, you know what I mean? So that. And it's going to take care of our stuff too, and not lose sight of it. This weather in the winter, it's really cold and stuff like that. And if you let go of certain things, you just let it go for a fucking hour or two. It feels like you just let it go for 5 hours or something like that. And felt fast. So yeah, you got budget in the laundry unit, you got budget in all the stuff to maintain the car, to make it regular, you know what I mean? To our standards and stuff like that. People say, you don't have any standards and stuff. Well, I get those insults all the time, so I don't really know what the deal is and stuff like that. But, we try our best. We're not going to sit up here and, marinating our own, waste and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. Which is one thing I don't get about RVs. Is how do you throw away the garbage every day? You have a place. something like that, or a special thing, you don't ever see the RV at the dump or anything like that. But you have to sell it right at least 3, 4, 5 times a day, 4 times a day. It builds up. All this stuff, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you just be living in a fucking sty. And, so, do that, you let that go, and then you just start let go of everything, and then before you know it, you let your bank account go, and then everything, you let life go, and then, of course you gotta let go, you know what I mean? You gotta let go, you can't just be like all stringent all the time, but, when you have a little to work with, I guess, financially, you have to be stringent. You have to really count where your money's going, because, like, if it gets out of control, big things like out of control, they can just lopside your whole everything else in your budget, like all your necessities and stuff like that. So, get your pets vaccinated, get your children vaccinated. If your kid, you know what I mean, you might want to perhaps be a social outside of being passive aggressive social, but being, put yourself out there a little bit, so that when you do, you expand your, your awareness a little more, your repertoire a little more, and new experiences and stuff like that. They say, it's like you yourself out of trouble and stuff like that, as far as dangerous situations, or it'll put you in a dangerous, risky situation. You don't want to do that. And that's it. And listen to your parents and stuff, and you know what I mean. And it sounds buttery and stuff like that, but it's like these simple things. You know what I mean. These simple things that go a long way. Before you know it, you're being positive, and then before you know it, you get a positive opportunity. And you can turn it into something like monetary or something like that, or like maybe further school and stuff like that. So I know I got a lot on my plate as far as like what I have to take care of and stuff like that, but it's better than nothing. And and it keeps me sharp on like staying keen on what I got to do and stuff like that. So. And it always gets better, you always get to fine tune it and stuff like that. So that's the thing.